welcome back to another episode of the Masochist series. Credit to Cimo and Hossman for inventing the series. But first, would you like to make your Master Duel experience a whole lot better?
Are you ready to take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Play experience to a new level? The Untapped GG Companion is here for you. Use the deck tracker to know exactly what cards you have in your deck, and to go over any cards you aren't familiar with yet by hovering over them. It instantly updates when you draw a card, and automatically hides if you check your extra deck or graveyard. This is the perfect tool to help you master a new deck. The Untapped GG Companion also lets you import decks directly into the game in seconds. Copy any YDK or YDKE deck string, create a new deck in-game, click the Start Auto Import button, and let us take the wheel. Once the duel is over, check your win rate on your personal stats page. Brag among your friends and share your decks so they can import them into the game too. Start your path to master today by downloading the Untapped GG Companion at ygom.untapped.gg.
Okay, so we're back, guys, and we have a lot of housekeeping to do. We have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of different decks and stuff. So this is one deck that I've been designing. A water deck is something that we've definitely needed to do. You guys recommended a variety of different Marincess things. I'm still not totally comfortable playing Marincess personally, so I have to play it a little bit more in solo to try it out. But this, I threw basically every water card that's not a Marincess into a pile together. Marincess is definitely pretty good too, so you could probably blend this with Marincess, but we actually have a lot of really good water cards and a lot of really good sharks. The Marincess cards actually do work quite well with the sharks because you can discard the right hand shark, as some of you guys, or the left hand shark, as some of you guys have stated. But yeah, this is all very like water heavy. So I would say one issue that we have with the waters is we have like Adamancipator Risen, and we have the Brionac and stuff like that, and the Penguin Brave. So we have some water cards. The problem is some of these water cards lock you into waters. So for example, the Sea Nettle, wherever that is, locks you into. There's other ones in here too that also lock you into waters. But for example, like this locks you into waters. There's some other ones I remember reading that lock you into waters. And most of the time we make Xseed plays. The only water Xseed play that we have is the Silent Honor Arc, which is pretty useless going first. But overall, I think our water pile deck is actually looking to be really good. I could probably trim the fat here, maybe cut some of the penguins and stuff like that, get down to a rank 4 deck, and I actually think this wouldn't be too bad. Also, on a side note here, we do have possible access to rank 7s now because we have this and this and this Tier Limit Kashtira title, and yeah, Tier Limit Kashtira Ogre, and all three of these, and yeah, title, all three of these basically we have. But I actually have to check my rank 7s because now that we have this possibility, like I said, the next thing also is the Marincess is also a deck that I could probably get away with. But if I trim this deck down, I think there's a strong possibility that I can use a total water deck. Okay, so these are the rank 7s that we've got. We do have the Aurea, so we have pulled Happiness, this one, XYZ, this one, this one, this one, and this one. They're okay. Nothing too crazy. This, I think, stops negate. Yeah, no, all these are not too crazy, but these are like half decent. So that's that. I think this deck, if I shredded it down a little bit, cut like 15 or so, 15, 16 cards down, get it down to 40, I could probably cut out things like Decisive Battle, just make it a rank 4 water deck. I don't think it would be honestly too bad of a deck. I just need to really go through it. Also, we have the turtles. I forgot to say. We have the level 1 turtle that stops 1800 or more, but we also have the level 5 that stops 1800 or less. We also have Electric Jellyfish. Unfortunately, we only pulled one of this, but if we had 3 of this, that would be disgusting too, because you just send a copy of Umi and then you can special summon any water from any 90, doesn't matter the level, just any water. That's also really good. We just got to pull more of this, but the water deck is actually looking quite promising. Secondly, this is a lot of things to talk about here. I think it's this one we have to evaluate. Actually, I'm going to go to the same thing in a second. I forgot to name it properly. Yep. So yeah, this is the other deck. So this is the deck that we've been playing. You guys have been talking about Ghost Ogre. If you've noticed a delay in me making changes and you guys commenting, that's because like right after I record and edit the video, I basically wait to upload it for like a day, but I still keep recording. So I'll keep recording so I don't respond to the comments immediately. So that has been a little bit of an issue that I've been doing lately. But here's some of the stuff that we pulled, and you guys have told me to add a lot of stuff. A lot of various stuff. So first, Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon is a good card, but we're not, I don't know if we're ready to play it. Number one, we have to eat up two main deck spots, which is kind of a lot, and then we play Colossus. That's not the end of the world, but we do actually have to cut something in the main deck, and this is a level 5 monster. It doesn't really do anything. It's not really too bricky. The problem is you have to tribute a monster on the field that's a thunder. That's our issue. And I'm going to check real quick. I'm just going to check the extra deck for thunders. Because if we can go to like a rank 4 or something, I would go not fusion. Well, we might as well do fusion too. Actually, no, let's not do fusion. So let's check Xseed and Link, because realistically, those are the ones we'd be using. Yeah, so we have Lightning Chidori and Prank Kids Doodle Doo. So in theory, what you would do is we would use a copy of Thunder Dragon, not Colossus, just regular. So we have Thunder Dragon hand, we discard it to add another Thunder Dragon from deck, we fulfill the conditions of Thunder Dragon Colossus, and then all we have to do is just tribute any Thunder monster on the field and turn it into a Thunder Dragon Colossus. That would work. The problem is we don't have any great like main deck Thunder monsters, so as of right now I don't think that we can use this. The only other way to summon it is to activate Thunder Dragon Colossus, activate Thunder Dragon, search another Thunder Dragon, and then we basically can tribute like a Shathana or something like that, and then turn that into a Thunder Dragon Colossus. That isn't the worst, but the problem is if we don't draw one of our, like let's say we draw one of our hands that doesn't have a special summon, so we draw like Roachka plus Thunder Dragon, well, we just don't really have any place, because yeah, we just have Roachka, Thunder Dragon. What do? Nothing. We summon Roachka, and then Thunder Dragon is just a dead card in our hand that doesn't accomplish anything. So that's a little bit of the issue there. Next, Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre is a card that, again, I meant to play, but I keep forgetting to play it. So Ghost Ogre is a card I did want to play. I want to give it a try. Ghost Ogre is one of those hand traps that actually require skill. Like, there's some hand traps that don't require any skill, like D-Shifter, for example. It's not that it's like, you know, it's a bad card. It just literally doesn't require skill. It's just, okay, standby phase D-Shift. Like, you don't have to think. It's just, you're going to activate it no matter what. You don't have to, like, oh, I'm going to play around, you know, this one. No, I mean, you literally just activate it. It's not that, it's not even really debatable. But this is a very high skill hand trap. Ash is like medium skill. D-Shifter and Maxi are like very low skill hand traps because they don't really require you to think. But this one actually does require you to think, because you have to absolutely use it at the right moment. It's good against continuous spells, continuous traps, field spells, for example, but it is very not great against a lot of effects. It could be useful, so we are going to use it. We are going to try it. It is decent in the metagame. It is good against Tenpai, for example. It pops their field spell. So we'll try this out, but not their monsters. So we'll try out the Ghost spell. We'll cut... this may shock you, but we're going to cut Tiamat. This has been breaking us a lot lately, like a seriously extensive amount lately. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, especially since I'm not playing the branded, the Bestial. Yes, especially since I'm not playing the Bestials anymore to search it. So I'm going to cut Tiamat temporarily. The other card that you guys told me to play was Droplets. Again, you guys never tell me what to take out, but I'm just going to go ahead and take out probably Forbidden Chalice. All these other cards have been useful. I mean, the only thing you could make the argument that I should take out Gravedigger's Trap Hole, but that's... We're able to drop our opponent's life points pretty low. There's a few cards that could be on the chopping block in theory, right? So Gravedigger's Trap Hole is a possibility. Angel Statue's a possibility. A lot of these other cards have just been really good for us. This has been good. This has been good. This has been good. This has been good. Like, a lot of these have been really good. I'd say the ones on the chopping block maybe are like Gravedigger's Trap Hole, Angel Statue, maybe Ring of Destruction. These are the three that I would say are like debatably on the chopping block. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Forbidden Chalice for now. So I'll get rid of Forbidden Chalice. I have the Forbidden Droplets, the second copy of that. Next up, there was another thing that we had to do. Next up, we had the Blockout. So we pulled a card called Blockout, which is this card right here, Blockout Curtain. So this card, essentially, if you read it, does the exact same thing as Battle of Golgonda. Literally does the same thing, except it destroys itself. So you only get to use it one time. Battle of Golgonda is a great card. Most of the time, we only really get to use it once. So we could, in theory, play Blackout, Curtain, and Decisive Battle. You could technically play both. So this probably will also go in the True Draco deck / Floodgate deck, because it actually is really good with the Barrier Statue. We now have even more cards that are good with the Barrier Statue. It just makes Barrier Statue Turbo that much more of an effective deck. This allows us to take out the Battle of Golgonda. By taking out Battle of Golgonda, we actually get to free up 2 extra deck spots, because as of right now, we only really use the Battle of Golgonda one time anyway. We never really resolve it more than once, maybe over the course of a really long grind game, and most of the time we only use it one time anyway. So I'll save that, and now we get to actually upgrade the deck, because we actually get to add some more extra deck stuff. Okay, so I brought out, these are all the extra deck cards that we've got. So I almost forget what we even play anymore, but we definitely can use some new extra deck stuff, like something like a Boro load. I probably should include a Boro load, because there are times where we're playing against a really big monster that we can't out. Also, like Lina, see, like stuff like this is just very useful, but I just have to kind of like drift through it and see what else we can include here, because there definitely are a lot of good cards. We can actually play... Actually, I don't know if Borreload's really too necessary. Actually, Borreload probably is good, because there are those situations where we just can't get over a monster our opponent controls, and this will make it a lot easier. So we could definitely play that. We could definitely play Lina, since we have so many light monsters now. I think I'm pretty comfortable saving this. We have a lot of actually good stuff that we could potentially play. I think it's fine. So we'll save that. We'll save that. Maybe there's other stuff that I can think of. This we cut a long time ago just because we couldn't ever get it to go, but there's probably other decent cards that we can maybe get, but I'll save this for now. I think that's a pretty good inclusion. Also, this could be a decent inclusion, the Berserker of the Tenyi. This could be a good one. There's also rank 4s also that could probably work. Let me go check. Actually, screw it. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. So we'll save this. We'll save the deck. So now we're trying Ghost Ogre, we're trying the Blackout, we've got the other Forbidden Droplets. I think this is half decent. We're going to go try this out, see how it goes. Okay, unfortunately we lost a coin flip. Hand's not too bad, honestly. We drew right hand, which you don't want to draw, but we drew it, whatever. And then we have Goes In, Gravedigger, Destruction, Durama, stuff like that. It's not bad. Right Hand Shark. It'd be cool if we had more ways to discard Right Hand Shark. That would be really awesome. If I could just like discard Right Hand Shark to activate like a spell card. If I could, yeah, discard Right Hand Shark and then we can immediately special summon Right Hand Shark back. That would be really, really awesome. Also, we've got Endymion. It's a good start. Goes In. Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Gravedigger, like I said, that's another card that's on the chopping block. I kind of put it in to just kind of like test things out. Because it is in theory a good card for sure. Because it can play... It can... okay, our opponent scoops in the background. Okay, this... A lot of our wins lately have been this. Which is like... It's incredible. Like, a lot of our wins have been this. Like, I don't... We load in, we just win. Okay, we got 3 legacy tickets. Okay, this is what our opponent's playing. They were playing... I imagine they just bricked. I don't know. This is a deck that 1,000,000% would have beat us. This is the kind of deck that would have beat us. 1,000,000,000%. Oh, cool. Number 90. That is really cool in a Royal Rare. Somebody told me, I forgot to in the comments, somebody told me to start... I can start crafting... like I can start crafting the cards that I can start crafting the cards using my extra UR points to craft like cards that I like a lot. Somebody left that in the comment section. I remember. I read it. That's another thing. Again, there's just like this comment delay where I don't address it until 2 episodes later, but I'm going to try to fix that. So yeah, I might start doing that. I might start crafting cards that I really, really like. Just like that we already have, obviously, not cards that I'm not going to like craft a Zeus, but like if there's a card that we use a lot, I can like craft it over and over until I potentially get a Royal Rare. But also, yeah, this deck 100% would have beat us if they had just like gone through with it, because we have our deck is really weak to the horse package, so they just summon the 4 level 8 monsters. They don't even have to go into the rank anything monsters, but then they have like skill drain, deck lockdown. Yeah, this is like a Floodgate version of this deck to the max. Okay, easy win, hopefully some great prizes. So we're going to go ahead and open a pack. And right off the bat, it looks like it's not a holo, but that's fine because we actually need commons anyway. We need commons and rare. So Nordic, Warrock, more Warrocks. We control no monsters. Okay, good. Freeze Bell, another copy. Dino Wrestling thing. When we eventually pull the Praecotrops, this searches it. If your opponent controls from a monster advantage card, special summon 1 Dino Wrestler. Okay. And, ooh, a 3rd Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain has been absolutely like one of the MVPs of this run. I swear to you, it's been one of the best cards that we've had. It's really, really good. And this is a rank 8, generic rank 8. Fusion Revere, what does this do? That's actually not terrible. Honestly, that's not even terrible. We've pulled a lot of cards similar to this, actually. We really have. We've been pulling a lot of cards similar to this, because I guess during our opponent's turn, we reveal... no. Okay, so the name has to be specifically on there, which means we actually can't do anything with this. Now that I think about it, we actually can't do anything with this because our fusions are generic anyway, so it doesn't matter. But a 3rd Fiendish Chain is very welcome, and I'll probably be replacing one of the cards that I stated earlier for a Fiendish Chain. Okay, let's open another pack. And let's see what we get out of this one. Oh, and I forgot. I pulled a Royal Rare a few episodes ago, but it was out of a Legacy pack, so I don't think it applies to the Royal Rule. I don't know. But usually we'd get an extra Master Pack, but honestly, we've opened 2 Master Packs per win lately because of the, the Master Mode thing, so I don't know if that's even totally necessary. Got Tiger Mortar, Snowman Creator, Breakaway. What does this do? That's not really that great. Breakaway. It's just okay. Recon, Disarm, Rise of the Salamangreats, Dragoonity, and Duck Fighter. Okay, Recon is another card that goes into the For Hire pile, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so let's adjust here. Let's adjust. So we're going to definitely put in the Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain has been insane for us. It's right there, but I don't even know why I'm looking down there. Fiendish Chain has literally been, like, shockingly good. Like, it's shocking to me how good Fiendish Chain is in 2024. Like, it really is, and I'm probably going to cut Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Gravedigger's Trap Hole would be a lot better if we had like a Traptrix Rafflesia. This card would be so much better if we had Traptrix Rafflesia. But obviously a lot of cards would be better if we had Traptrix Rafflesia. But no, this card has literally been one of the MVPs of our run. The other thing that's kind of crazy about Fiendish Chain is it's good against Tenpai. Like completely like amazing against Tenpai. You can it's continuous. So you can use it against your opponent even when they have the field spell up. Because they're unaffected by activated effects. This is a continuous effect. It's also good because you can activate this on attack declaration and then negate their effects. Like it's like everything about this card is just so good. Same thing with Lost Wind. Same thing with the Droplet Twins here. They're really good. If anything, what other card did I say I was potentially taking out? Maybe this. Maybe the Ring of Destruction. I could replace that for the Forbidden Chalice. And I think 2 or 3 Forbidden Chalices also. But this card is just really excellent. I can also cut a monster, like a random monster out of the deck. Like one of the extra follow-ups. Not Advancer, but like one of the extra follow-ups I could probably cut. And I could easily play even less monsters and even more small trap cards, and that'd probably be better for me. Okay, so we just lost a coin flip again. We'll see what our opponent's playing here. This dual field, I'll be honest with you, this dual field with the Live Twins, it's a really nice dual field. They really put some good effort into it. Now it's probably gonna be a meta deck. It's not a meta deck. It's, I guess, off meta, but it's like it's gonna be the Cyber stack that has the Mathmex in it, but also a bunch of other stuff in it. Yeah, code. It's like the code deck, but it also has a lot of Mathmex. It's just kind of like a Cyber's pile deck. Our hand it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. It's definitely decent. It's definitely decent. The problem is I don't know that we can break this board, and this board's going to take quite a bit to assemble here. So link summon from hand. You got to break a mechanic. I mean, Konami can't resist not breaking a mechanic. Like, they set rules for a mechanic, and then they look at those rules and they go, fuck that, and they break the mechanic every time. Like, you can't even give me a mechanic that they don't break. They really link summon using monsters on the field, and then they just go, here's use a monster in hand. Altergeist, this guy. They create ritual summoning, they create rules for it, they write the rules in the rule book, and then one day they wake up and they're like, you can ritual summon using your opponent's monster. You can ritual summon using monsters out of your extra deck. It's like, they wake up and change their own rules. Zodiacs with XYZ summons. Don't even get me started about that deck. Don't even get me started about Crimson Dragon. Oh my god, Crimson Dragon is like Mr. Break the rules of the game. But yeah, there's a lot of times where Konami makes something and then they just go screw it and then just break their own summoning mechanics and rules. Well, my opponent's going off here. They're making a Protect code talk. I think we have this guy actually. Yeah, we have this guy, but whatever. He's gonna summon the EMP girl. She's really good. She's really good. She can special summon herself, and then if a Link 2 leaves the field, he can return one of our cards. But I don't have anything on the field right now anyway. But I guess if, like, a future Link 2 leaves the field, then he gets to send one of our cards. Because that's an activated effect. Banish this card and then do it. Yep. That's pretty decent. So he's going to bring back the EMP. And then he's going to keep going. Like I said, this is one of those decks that just keeps going and going and going. This is, I'll be honest with you, a different route than, and we, These wins are so dissatisfying. I literally didn't do anything. Like, I literally didn't do anything. It's just, a lot of our wins have been, I'm honestly thinking about just, like, not taking packs at this point for these wins. I mean, like, they're literally unwatchable. Like, all I did was just talk about their deck, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you win. Okay, so this is what our opponent's playing. Like I said, this is like a Cyber's pile deck. It's pretty common to find it. It's, like I said, it's got a little bit of everything. Agonister, Firewall, Code Talkers, and Mathmex. Like a little mix of everything. Honestly, the reason they're so, like, it's such a, like, a mixed, diverse deck is because they hit Diameter, which really killed Mathmech as a pure strategy, because Diameter was just such an amazing card. Circular's still here, so it's really, really good, but Diameter was a very important card for them. So this got killed, so the deck of Pure is a little bit fragile, because if this gets stopped, it kind of shrinks what the combo can actually do. So now they're kind of forced to play all of this other stuff. Okay, now we take some master packs again against my own. I'm not happy with it, but all right, whatever. We'll take some packs, I guess. We fought hard. This one has a UR. We didn't fight hard that duel, but in general we fight hard. Goddess, Geargia. What in the world? Gem Knight. Once you see Gem Knight, you can stop reading. Dweller in the depths. Continuous in your spawn trap card zone. Actually, this could be playable in the True Draco deck. This could. I mean, honestly, look at it. 300 for every continuous spawn. Maybe, right? Maybe. Well, you know what's crazy? This is a UR, and I'm probably not going to ever use it. It's going to be some UR that's going to be totally unusable. What's crazy is there are commons and rares, like the True Draco cards, that we really actually need. Electromagnetic Shield, Thunder Monsters. If only I had some of those. Dread Scythe is for Guardian Dread Scythe. Dread Scythe is actually difficult to summon. I think it's like a Guardian Eatos has to die. Yeah, Guardian Eatos has to die by battle. Yeah, Guardian Eatos has to die by battle. Sent to the grave, you special summon this card from your hand. And then equip a Dread Scythe from your deck. Not from your hand, from your deck. So if you draw this, you can't even equip it. And then when Dread Scythe cannot... Okay, and then this card brings itself back, which is kind of cool. But then you need to re-equip a new Dread Scythe from your deck. Okay, so this card, you know, we don't have Guardian Eatos. I don't think we do, right? And it's a UR. A UR for real? Come on, guys. I know it's like an anime card, but for real, a UR. Let's see what this is. We've got Prank Kids Battle. I told you we weren't going to use it. The Prank Kids pile continues to grow. I don't know exactly how many we have, but it's cool. There are actually, I just realized, if we have... Man, I just thought about it. Yeah, there's a Prank Kids Fansies is a Thunder, so maybe that's the way that we'll be able to summon a Thunder Dragon Colossus. But this needs a lot. You need all three of these and a way to fusion summon. But this card's good because it's a Raigeki. It's a quick effect Raigeki on your opponent's turn. It's a phenomenal card. It's probably the best card in the entire archetype other than the Link one. It's Meow Meow. It's a great card. It's just not of use for us. It's sometimes there are cards that we pull. It's a Masochist challenge that are in general really good. Just not for us. You know, any other situation that's like, you read that card, you're like, wow, this is a Raigeki. And if you have a Meow Meow in graveyard, it's two Raigekis. But for us, it's not really useful. More for higher cards. One day, maybe we play for higher. I told you, it just depends on what the Lyrilusk. Don't have many of those. Vendread. Toonbuster Blade. That's a lot of new cards. I'm happy about that because we've been getting so many repeats, it's almost nauseating. But this is great. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, this is another great card for like the shark / water deck. Again, the problem is if you read this last effect, it water locks you. Like the water lock is a problem because we end on Photon Lord or we usually go into the XE package. The problem is it locks you into waters. That's the big problem here. If I get locked into waters, I really cannot... I can't play. Like, the only thing I really have to summon is Dragite if I get locked into waters, and some of them lock you into Xseed monsters. This one, fortunately, does not lock you into Xseed monsters, but we need to pull more water, like extra deck monsters, to actually pay off into. But that's not a bad card at all. Rocket Recharger, okay, cool. This is good, but not really useful for us. I'm glad these are all new. I love new cards. Sofa Chord Scale. Cool, we do have some Sofa Chord cards, and Ghost Go Round, which I'm not going to be using. under any circumstance. So this is cool. This is like Monster Reborn for fur hires. That's nice. That's just phenomenal. The double fin shark is actually, again, pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Rocket Recharger, cool. Lyrolus, cool. Okay, let's update some decks here. I gotta rename one of these. I gotta rename this to like water or something. This is actually kind of annoying. Okay, Watre. Yeah, why not? I'll leave it at that. The sound looks cool. It's like French water. Okay, so we've got Watre here. And I'll add the double fin shark. There was another weird ass card. There was another rank 4. I didn't add it to the deck, but it also water locked you. I don't remember what it was. It was like you can extra normal summon a water monster. It was like fog something. Okay, I just looked through the water cards that we've got, and I made my situation that much worse actually. So I actually looked through stuff. I didn't realize I forgot I pulled this. This is like an easy way to make Baron de Fleur. This can be a level 8. If you wanted to, it can count as a level 8 for a synchro summon, or it can count as a level 2, because it is a level 1. So it could be a level 1 or a level 8. That's not a bad water. Again, we really gotta like reduce the amount of cards in here. This guy was talking about Ice Knight. It gives you an extra summon of a water monster, but the problem is it locks you into water. So that's another thing for the water deck. I also found the double fin shark we just pulled. That's fine. There's nothing crazy about that. Lantern shark. I forgot I pulled this. This lets you special summon a level 3, 4, or 5 water monster in your hand, and then it locks you into Xyz. So we have a lot of cards that either lock us into Xyz or lock us into waters. Which the problem with this is, if it locks us into waters, our extra deck for waters is a little lacking. Xyz obviously very good. I think this is actually a possibility. We also have this one, the Ice Jade Octi. It lets you send a water and then draw a card. Which, again, that's not terrible, but, I mean, you could argue Roachka's better, and you could definitely argue that this guy's better. But it's not a bad normal summon in a deck full of water, so it's not bad. Also, we have the Night Sword Serpent. We have a lot of stuff. I really need to trim the fat on this deck, but I actually think this card, I just remembered another card. If you go to Torrential Tribute, which we do have, and you go to related cards, we actually have the Searcher for Torrential Tribute, which also happens to protect water monsters. So this is, again, this deck seems like it could very well be the future. I just don't know. And then for are we updating our regular deck too? Oh no, we have to update Floodgate Turbo, because this deck is another one that's just, this is another deck that could definitely be a lot better, because now we have 3 copies of Fiendish Chain, which is great for the barrier statue. I honestly think that perhaps this is the deck that we return to, of all things. We also have the as I scroll down, and like resets for some reason, we have the Blockout Curtain, which again works really well with the Dracos, but more importantly works with the barrier statue. I think that's another card that's just it's very good. So now we have, for our barrier statue protection, right, we have the barrier statue, which is good. And then to protect our barrier statue, we have Moon Mirror Shield, Power of the Guardians. We have what else do we have here? Blockout Curtain, Goganda. We have Forbidden Droplets, 2 Forbidden Droplets actually, and Forbidden Droplets is also kind of good in this deck, because it can let you send the face-up spells and trap cards that aren't doing anything. We have that to protect it. We also have 3 Fiendish, like we have a lot. We have Phantom, Fogblade, like we have a lot of stuff to protect it. The only thing is, like I said, we are not in the proper metagame. There are games where I'm just going to normal summon this, and they're going to play Tenpai, and they're just going to OTK me. So that's kind of the issue there. But this deck is another one, if I just I'm putting the card just in here, and kind of keeping it for the future, but at any given time, if we just trim the fat, get this to 40 cards, play Small World, I forgot about Small World, play Small World, and then we can just search a barrier statue, summon it, and just sit on it, and I think that's a very possible deck. Water is pretty cool. I think if we don't make any progress with the current deck, I think we switch to the water deck, because I can definitely trim out 20 cards and make this a very playable deck. Okay, so we won the coin flip, and that is a really good hand, actually. We have the Nahata and the Buzzsaw Shark. Okay, so we're going to activate this to special summon. I think we have to. We have to, yep. And then we'll see if our opponent does anything else. We'll summon a Buzzsaw Shark. Buzzsaw Shark is obviously very good. We'll be locked into Xyz summons, but it's fine. If they ash this, it's actually perfect. Perfect, because we already have the rank 4 on board, so it's a good thing I summoned this Nahata. We literally already have the rank 4. We get Xyz lock, but it's fine. We actually wanted them to ash that, because then they can't ash the next card. So now we go Galaxy Photon. Summon that out in attack mode. And then we activate this effect. Detaching this, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, it literally didn't matter. I don't even know why. Stressing about it. Activate. Add the Eternal card. Set. And set. And set. And set. That's not... It's not too shabby. Put chaining on. Really isn't too shabby. Now we just rank up. We have everything we need, honestly. We have everything we need. We have the Forbidden Droplets. We can, if we use these cards intelligently, we really don't even have to pay a cost for droplets if we use them right. So now we just summon this out, and we just sit on the goat here. We'll sit on the Galaxy Photon Lord. And we have pretty much 5 interruptions and a search. This is not an easy deck to play against, I will say. Definitely is not. They're going to activate this. Honestly, I kind of just want to negate this. Negate and destroy this card. Because this card is really good. I don't want to stick on the field. I don't want to deal with it. So, what does it do? Also, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. If he destroys a fire, destroy all monsters in the column. If he reveals a fire in a dark. Okay, so I think we activate. Yeah, I think it's best to do this. Negate the monster effect. I think we will negate and destroy this, so we'll detach this, because we can always reattach another one if we really need to. I'll negate and destroy. He can reveal a fire, unfortunately. Bestial Magnum is mad random. Damn. Damn, that sucks. I just put that guy in the graveyard. Okay, well, unfortunately we lose him. We lose him, so we can't get him back on the follow-up. That kind of sucks for us, but at least this is getting negated and destroyed. Bestial Magnum's annoying, but it's not the end of the world, because I do have, like, Ring of Destruction and stuff. But the point is, we negate this. We negate and destroy this, and we don't have to deal with it. He doesn't have a fire in hand, because then we would have chained it. I'm going to activate the Bestial Magnum. I'm not going to respond with anything. I don't really need to. He can add a dragon. The main dragon... Okay, end phase. End phase is going to be able to search. I'm also going to be able to search, too. So he's going to add, yep, Bestial Druid Worm. So I got to be a little careful. We'll activate this. I gotta be careful to put certain things into the graveyard. So we'll activate this effect. Yeah, I think it was fine. So do we special summon, or... I mean, I think we add the Photon Advancer. Yeah, we add Photon Advancer to hand, not underneath it. Because we can always use this later, yeah. Yeah, we can always use this later. Angel Statue's not phenomenal right now, but okay. Special summon this out. He gains some attack. Angel Statue's not bad. What's preventing me from activating Ring of Destruction during your opponent's turn? Oh my god, that must be an errata. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I'll be honest with you. I did not see the during your opponent's turn. Alright, I didn't know that. I mean, to be fair, that is literally an errata. I didn't know that was going to be on the monster effect. Okay, well, that sucks for me. I changed this to attack mode, assuming I could activate that. Actually really sucks. During your opponent... Yeah, obviously, my entire life that I've played this, I think it was just during either player's turn you could activate it. I guess right away we activate the Angel Statue. Kind of put that into circulation. That errata actually did catch me off guard a little bit. I didn't see that coming. I did not see that Ring of Destruction errata coming. That's just a random thing to randomly impact us. How does this card follow me everywhere I go, man? This card is unreal. At least I can stop it with the whatever he summons off the Angel Statue. This card just chases me throughout the world. Damn, that's not even the card I can really do anything about. This card literally chases me everywhere. And this turns 27. Okay, what does this even do? I'm just going to add a Vanquish Soul Spell and Trap card. I guess it's fine. We'll wait for him to summon something else. We have the Angel Statue. We'll save our destruction cards for later, but this card literally chases me everywhere. And add the Vanquish Soul Quick Play. Is there like a place on Earth where I don't have to deal with Kashtira cards? The good thing is I guess we have Needle Sealing live. We have Ring of Destruction live. Forbidden Droplets is live. I didn't intend for this to happen. SP Little Knight. The exact thing we have this monster on the field for. Just for this. To negate this summon. I guess he can respond. He can respond. Can he respond with SP Little Knight? I'm technically negating the summon. Bestial Druid Swarm. Okay. I can negate that, actually. So my problem is I don't get to negate and destroy. I just get to negate. And that doesn't really accomplish as much. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can't really do quite as much. I'll do that, though. So we'll let him summon that. And then Angel Statue will negate and destroy this. Now he'll activate, pay 500, target Vanquish Soul Monster. Add it, that's fine. I'm a little afraid that he drew Triple Tactics Talents, but I think I'm going to activate this effect to add a Photon underneath this just to protect it. That way when I activate other effects, I can actually feel like I'm not... That way I can activate like this later on, because I don't want to activate... We'll go and put Photon Thrasher underneath to hand now. That way I can activate Needle Sealing without like... Because if he activates like a card that destroys... Or if I want to activate the effect of Needle Sealing. There, perfect. I think we negate this Rosin, actually. Because I don't want him to get to that big dragon that's annoying. I think we actually negate this. Or better yet, what we can do is we can activate Ring of Destruction. Actually, I can activate Needle Sealing. And then chain this to send. That's what I can do. Needle Sealing will pop everything. Chain this to send. And then I don't have to waste my negate. Yeah, that's smart. Because Needle Sealing will destroy everything on board. And then when he uses the effect of Druid Swarm, I can just negate that. And that's not bad. Because then this Photon's getting lost no matter what. There's too much going on. And that way we save the Ring of Destruction. Because that's spot removal. So that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead with Needle Sealing. This is protected. Cool. So we'll go with this. We'll see if our opponent has anything in response. And if they can protect... Well, they can protect this technically by revealing a fire and a dark. But they don't seem to be. So now we activate Forbidden Droplets. And this is why Forbidden Droplets is kind of cool. You could just send Needle Sealing. Actually, we might as well send this too, because it doesn't really... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We send those two, and then we get to negate both his monsters. Not that it really matters, because obviously it doesn't make a difference. So now we get to resolve. These two get negated. I don't even know why it makes me select, because obviously there's only two monsters on the field. I'm only going to select these two. These are going to get destroyed. And then Rosin's getting destroyed. And then he can activate the Druid Swarm, but I can negate the Druid Swarm. So he's going to activate. I'm going to activate. Problem is that we're kind of going minus on all this, and I don't think he... Did he normal summon? I don't think he even normal summoned yet. But I have the Ring of Destruction, because he did search the Kashtira monster. So I can actually negate that summon. So we did get a lot done there. We negated that from searching. The deck he's playing just has so much to do. It's like tough to... We have like we have cards that are 1-for-1 trades, but every one of his cards is like a +1 on summon. So I stopped the card, but then he's got more stuff that happens. He's gonna set some stuff. Cool, whatever. Cool. So we're gonna draw. Roachka's pretty decent in this, and we win. Okay, wonderful. Wow, we really outgrinded that one. That was great. That was great. And we get to Platinum 1, and just like that, we're up very, very high. Again, you guys, sometimes I'll see comments telling me to switch decks, and that's understandable. We have to come to a determination about what we want to do in this challenge. Is like, do we want to get to Master, or do we want to be changing decks every single episode? I don't mind actually changing decks every episode. If the goal will be from now on just like screw Master, we're just going to like screw around for a month, I actually don't mind. We can do that. But if the goal is to get to Master, obviously I have to stick to the best deck. Like if I, like, yeah, I can go play Boojins right now. But realistically, this is the best deck that we could possibly concoct right now. But we've got 3 legacy tickets. Okay, this is what our opponent was playing. They were playing... Usually the kind of deck that beats us. The Pot of Prosperity's last hurrah. That's going to be gone soon. But we've got Kashtira mixed with... Damn, he's got literally 2 Kashtiras, 2 monsters, 2 Kashtira monsters, and the Kashtira field spell that somehow follows us everywhere we go. But this is mostly a Vanquish Soul deck, which needs Pot of Prosperity. It's very good in this deck. This card is very good in this deck. And then we've got a small medley of Bestials here. All right, let's open a master pack. We actually, that was like a real game. It's like shocking. Our opponent didn't just like scoop right away. They didn't just hit us with a board breaker and a hand trap and then we lost. Like it was a real back and forth game. We just happened to outgrind them. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. It's a kaiju. That's a big kaiju too. So we got to check how many kaijus we have, because if we get enough of them, and they're big ass monsters. We've got a Ragnarika, which is a support card for basically any insect, plant, reptile. Again, as I've said before, we just keep pulling like insect support that is half decent. Like if you look at this, right, it's a generic level 4. It's a level 4. You discard it and summon any plant, any insect, or any reptile. Level doesn't matter. And then if this card is banished from your hand or graveyard, draw cards during your end phase equal to the number of different monster types among that you control: insect, plant, reptile. That's really good. So like we can banish this, and then this is really good. Even in like, we have the Bee Trooper, the one that gives you the extra normal summon. I forget its name, but he's the Link 2. We have that card. You have to banish 2 cards in order to summon this. So you banish this, and then at the end of your turn, you're drawing at least 1 card. So you're drawing, you're discarding, you're special summon. This is a phenomenal overall card. It's a great card. Another copy of this. This card's really cool in like early Masochist runs. And it does have like a very wide range of cards that it can search that are kind of specific, but it's basically all of the cards that Joey Wheeler got in Battle City, except for Insect Queen, but basically everything else. Another Noble Knight. I think this one is a Gemini, or is it treated as a normal monster until it gets an equip, and then it's not a normal monster. More of this stuff that we can't use. Yata. That's so random. That's so random, man. That is like kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you know what's great? We have Moon Mirror Shield. But the problem is Moon Mirror Shield is literally a lock. Moon Mirror Shield is literally a lock against with Yata, because we summon this, we equip Moon Mirror Shield, we attack, our opponent doesn't draw, they have to go to end phase. Moon Mirror Shield, this returns to the hand, Moon Mirror Shield goes to graveyard, we get inflicted by 500, goes back on top of our deck, and then we equip it to Yata, attack over anything they have. We just basically can clear their board with a Yata while they're not drawing. And that is so interesting. Yata. So this card's not like horrific. I actually wish I pulled this on my main account, because I have Shino Birds on my main account, but I do not want to use the UR points to craft the Yata, but I think it's a funny card. But like, bro, I don't think we're going to be able to use this. I think this card's hilarious. Like, it's absolutely hilarious. I think this is the type of card that should be a UR in the legacy tickets. This is about a legacy ticket UR as it comes. It was good exactly in 2003. After that, this card fell off. Konami refused to bring it off the ban list. People were like, it's broken for the game. You can't bring it back. Do you have any idea what would happen? They brought the card back. They reprinted it. They gave it a high rarity. No one's played it once. It's just one of those cards. It can't. It's outdated. It just can't be used. Shark Caesar. We already have that. Let's see what this is. We've got Spiral Sleeper's a good card. It's a damn good card. We have 2 copies now. You only need 1 in the deck, in a constructed deck. But Yata-Garasu's hilarious. We got 2 supers and an ultra out of 1 pack. That was a great pack in terms of rarities. It really was. We'll open 1 more. Let's see what we get at the second one. More potential supers. The yellow gloat is as we've learned, doesn't guarantee anything. Another one of those. What's this? Red Eyes Meteor Dragon is really good. This is a free summon. This is a phenomenal card. You can send a level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card, then increase its level by 1, becomes a level 7. So again, we were talking about that rank 7. This is a free rank 7. This is a free level 7 for a rank 7. It's just free. So as long as we play a level 5 or higher normal brick in our deck, this is a free summon. And we could play any number of them. I mean, that's not bad. It's a 2000 attack free summon. That's a level 7. It's not the worst. Yubel, regular, okay. Magic Key Locking. Magic Key's in another one of those decks that I would love to play, but the game doesn't seem to give me too many. Nightmare Phoenix. Well, that is a phenomenal pull. That's a phenomenal pull. Swarm of Centipedes. I think this card's pretty good from what I remember. Okay, so this is a new support card for a really old type of Yu-Gi-Oh card. So around like 2004 to about 2006, Konami made, there was a deck called, I believe it's called like Pac-Man, but it was basically a deck that used a bunch of these like flip up, face down, like flip up, face back, flip monsters that flip themselves face up, and then they get an effect, and then they had a second effect where you can flip them back face down. So it has a flip effect, not to be a flipped face up effect, easily confused with a flip effect. But when they flip, they activate an effect to do something, which in this case is either Book of Moon or Change to Attack. And then they always had a secondary effect, which was during the main phase, you can flip the monster face down. So this is one of those cards. There's a bunch of cards like it. You can't click on related cards. It's not really like an archetype. It was an archetype years ago. But the idea was to basically just, you know, flip it face up. It does something, flip it back face down, end your turn. You have cards like Deslakuda, stuff like that. It was a really cool aspect of the game, but obviously it's very outdated. And this is a modern support card for that playstyle of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes they print these kinds of cards from time to time. I think it's neat. The issue is it's just way too slow for modern Yu-Gi-Oh! The only way that this... It's almost like they print this card just so they could put it into Speed Duel or Duel Links or something like that, because otherwise there's no way that this card is even relevant. They need to start creating like special formats to have cards like this even be usable. Then we've got Bond Between Teacher and Student. I can't use that. Actually, technically, maybe I actually do have a Dark Magician Girl now. I don't have Dark Magician, but I have a Dark Magician Girl. So I actually maybe can use that. And then our other super is Battle Fusion. This card's actually like not bad for Fusion. I've never read or heard of this card. It's actually not bad. It's like an honest for Fusion monsters, and because it has Fusion in its name, you can search it off of random shit like what's that card? Predaplant Chimera Flesia. You can search this off of Predaplant Chimera Flesia because it says Fusion in its name. It can also be searched. If I click on related cards, it'll tell me. I think like the Darling Cobra can probably search it. Yeah. All of these random ass cards can actually search it, believe it or not. Not this, because it says a normal fusion spell. But no, I think this can search it. Add a polymerization or fusion spell. So, yeah, Darling Cobra can search it. Some of these say normal spell polymerization. Yeah, you could actually search this off of the Fluffle Dolphin. You could probably search this off the Gate. But yeah, you can search it off the Chimera Flesia. I don't know if you can search it off of this. I think this is, or a fusion normal spell, so we can't search it off the Albulenitus. But honestly, it's kind of not a bad card. Can this search it right here? Fusion spell. Yeah, you can search it off of this card, which we have multiple copies of that I forgot to add to the Spellcaster deck. But yeah, honestly, both of these packs were kind of good. Like, they're kind of like obvious. Like we don't have all of the synergies for all of these different decks, but Nightmare Phoenix absolutely a phenomenal pull. Okay, so definitely I think we're including Nightmare Phoenix. We have Cerberus too, but we haven't used Cerberus in a long time, so I think we include that. I think I can cut Borreload or Lina. I never even used it. I put it in today. What's better, Borreload or Lina? Technically speaking, Borreload probably would come up more than Lina, so I think I'm going to keep the Borreload. Lina's cool though too, but Nightmare Phoenix is just kind of hard to pass up. We have Nightmare Cerberus, but it's not nearly as good. Nightmare Phoenix is just so good because sometimes we actually do struggle. Whenever we struggle outing something, it's typically either a really big monster or it's a spell and trap card that we just like don't have an out to because our deck doesn't really play spell and trap card out because we can't afford to. So that's actually going to help. So Nightmare Phoenix is pretty cool, and then Borreload for those giant monsters that we can't out is pretty nice. Now, just to kind of go over what we also pulled here. Kaiju, cool. Yatagrasu, cool. And then the Ragnarika, cool, for our insect pile that is brewing in the background. Hundreds of episodes in. Okay, wonderful. We won a coin flip. Our hand's not looking too bad. We got a lot going on. It's not a terrible hand, honestly. It's some soft breaks here. Nothing too crazy. I think we just set this, activate this. We'll go with that. Whoa, I just realized our opponent's name. Lord Toilet. I like that. I like that. That's a funny one. I'm going to change the level by 1. Activate. I guess maybe we should have done this with the shark and save this for later, but That's alright, whatever. Yeah, I probably should have done this with the shark. I mean, regardless, I'm going to go into the Photon Lord. But I guess yeah, 100% I should have done that with the shark. There's no reason why I shouldn't have gone with the shark. I guess it's whatever. I didn't really think that through too well. We'll detach this. Search out to hand. I mean, it's still a pretty decent hand all around. It's still pretty decent. Yeah, but 100% I should have used the shark. Definitely should have used that shark. I don't know why I went with the... I don't know why I went with Zorora. It has no impact on it, too. Like, the shark would have been better in every way. This wouldn't have been able to be destroyed by battle. And also, this has a graveyard recursion effect. So, just in case this guy does get destroyed, it has a graveyard recursion effect. And then next turn, we could have used Aurora to, like, boost or do something with it. So, I gotta stop dueling late at night. I actually do, because like, I'll go through an entire work day, and then I'll come home, and I'll be like, okay, time to duel, and then this kind of dumb stuff happens. And then our opponent normal summons this, which is going to end up a Link Karibo very soon. If I Ring of Destruction this, it does nothing. If I Fiendish Chain this, he's going to link it away anyway. If I do this, like, it's nothing. He's getting turned into a Link Karibo. He's probably playing either Labyrinth or some kind of FTK. It's one of those two, but he's obviously got all this waifu stuff, so it's definitely some kind of a waifu deck here. It's going to be either Labyrinth or something of that sort. It's going to be something of that sort. Something in the Labyrinth realm. I mean, the good thing is, I guess we can use the right-hand shark to make a monster on the follow-up, so we'll search right now. If I had to guess, it's probably Labyrinth. Labyrinth or some sort of trap deck. I'll just go with the Advancer. Since Advancer, I can just special summon, normal summon right-hand shark. That's decent. I now know that you can't use Ring of Destruction during your opponent's turn. I swear to you, I never knew that. I forget that. Damn, this sucks. That's a bad draw. Unless you draw Forbidden Droplets, that card literally sucks because it just does nothing. So I guess we summon that, summon Right Hand Shark, the Blackjack. I can negate that, but I'm gonna guess there's gonna be something better to negate. Again, I don't know what he's playing. Now I know it's Labyrinth. Okay, so he can activate that. Yeah, there's gonna be something better, I hope, to negate. We'll summon this out. I don't like attacking into 5 back row generally. And I predicted this, by the way. I knew it was going to be Labyrinth. Not only because of the Blackjack dude. Okay, let's see. What do we go into here? Time Thief's pretty good against Labyrinth, but somehow it's not going to... This is kind of pointless. Into this much back row, it's completely pointless to activate. Even go into a Nightmare Phoenix. Cerber... Grenosaurus probably. I'd say this. The reason again I'm doing this is you never with back row decks you absolutely never know what they have. They might be playing some weird mix where they somehow play some sort of battle card, and I like having Time Thief to just like disappear whenever I need him to. So that's cool. And then we have Ring of Destruction, cool. Fiendish Chain, decent follow up, number 90. Yeah, I'm feeling 50-50 about this one. This is not an easy duel no matter what. Like I said, 5 back row was absolutely terrifying. Alright, we'll flip this to attack. Cerberus again. I could have gone into Cerberus, but the problem is, like, I target any one of these. And since he's playing Labyrinth, they're, like, chainable. They're probably chainable trap cards. So I'll like, Nightmare Cerberus, and he'll activate, like, a Nightmare Phoenix. I mean, not Nightmare Phoenix. I'll activate Nightmare... Yeah, I'm gonna save the negate just in case, because just in case he summons like an Arion off of something, I want to be able to use this to negate it. He doesn't have any furnitures too, so we'll just hold off on that attack with this. I want to save the negates, Dogmatic Punishment. Well, this can't be destroyed by card effects anyway, so I don't care. That's perfectly fine with me, and that's why I didn't detach anything. Cool. I'll let him send. Probably gonna send the Tis. This can't be destroyed by card effects anyway. So if he activates this, hopefully he targets this dude. If he targets this dude, then we just activate our effect to dodge. He's gonna target that card. How much do I care? Honestly, how much do I care? Is it worth negating this, playing into something? I think it's worth preserving that card, because I can always use the Fiendish Chain to negate the next thing. I think I will negate that. Yeah, I think I will negate that. I'll detach this to keep my monster protected. He could just imperm, but it's fine. Then he wastes an imperm. Then, you know, I don't have to worry about imperm later on. And I can use Time Thief without any remorse. Okay, he's going to Durama. That doesn't change the fact that his card is negated. I will be activating Time Thief, though. And the reason I'm activating this is so that he can return to the field at my end phase, and then I can hopefully get a trap card off of his deck. And that's it. Yeah, okay. So that's not too bad. The problem is that now, what's his name will be face down. Detached materials. Oh yeah, obviously we just detach both. It doesn't matter. This way we can possibly get a trap card. This is booked. This is negated. And unfortunately, number 90, I can't even flip face up because I did declare an attack. So he is just going to stay face down. If he survives, cool. If he doesn't survive, that sucks for us. But we'll summon this dude back. Hopefully we grab a trap card off the top of his deck. We really need a trap card because we don't have monster negates anymore. He's got that. Okay. Trap Trick. He can activate it immediately. He's going to chain Welcome Labyrinth. This is all. Yeah, this is rough. This is actually, funny enough, people don't realize, but set 5 pass is literally one of the best hands that you could possibly draw going second with Labyrinth. It is literally one of the best possible imaginable hands, because then you essentially play on turn 3 with 5 cards, and it's very difficult to even stop any of this because, I mean, it's just going 5 cards straight. It's tough. I can't target that. I can't destroy that, this card. So this is actually, neither of these are doing anything. I have to get a trap off the top of my deck to even try and deal with the lady. And the problem with the lady, yeah, because it has Fiendish Chain, yeah, I can't. They're set cards, so I can't target, can't destroy this. This is just, it's an insane card right now. He's still activating more. Again, I can't really do anything about this. Activate, he's going to set another card. The only thing I can really stop right now is, I mean, he's going to probably return this to the hand by summoning a Lovely. He's going to set that. I mean, at this point, I don't know how much this really does. And then he negates the effects of all those monsters. Great. Okay, so he's going to activate this, return that. That's fine. He's going to activate this. I'm going to activate the Fiendish Chain on his monster, because if I don't, he gets to destroy my cards, and it's just incredibly annoying. He's going to activate this to summon it back out. I know his back row's dead now because he set it this turn pretty much. Like I said, this is one of the more horrific matchups for anybody, really, not just us. We used to have a occasionally decent matchup when we drew the barrier statue, but now the barrier statue pretty much doesn't exist. He could just activate the dimensional barrier and just negate my Time Thief right now if he wants to. Of all the things, we get a monster. We see there's like 95 trap cards in his graveyard. We get a monster. And not only a monster, one that activates in the graveyard. You can't make this stuff up. I can't do anything about this. I mean, I can pretty much Ring of Destruction this card, and that's it. That's all I can really do here. And he's going to add Coup Clock. It's going to let him activate one of the trap cards. But you can activate both of these. He set them last turn. He's going to return something, one of my monsters, or one of his. He's going to return that. I'm just going to actually Fiendish Chain. I mean, not Fiendish Chain. I'm going to Ring of Destruction to target this, to destroy it. And it'll do some damage to both of us, but it'll put this in the graveyard. The best place you can put a Lovely usually is in the graveyard. They can get it back from graveyard, but you know, I just want to put it in the grave, because right now it's attached to this Fiendish Chain, so he's trying to like wipe it off. But I mean, no, you don't want to put Lovely in the graveyard. You want to put Lovely in the hand. But honestly, he's got the Big Welcome Labyrinth, I believe, face down. But since he activated this Big Welcome Labyrinth, he actually can't use the effect this turn anyway. He's gonna add another Dogmatic Punishment. Face down. We're both gonna take 29. That's the other like horrific situation here, is that he accumulates more advantage than I accumulate in a turn. He's gonna do that. He's gonna send Coup Clock to graveyard. Yeah, really kind of unlucky with this Time Thief. Of all the things you could possibly get with this Time Thief, I get a monster. With all the damn trap cards inside this deck. And he's got the dimensional barrier anyway. Okay, so he's going to go to battle phase. I can activate Time Thief, but he can literally negate my Time Thief if he wants to. Both our monsters are 3,000. He's actually helping me by flipping my monster back face. I appreciate him doing this, because now he's like... Now I can add, and I can search, and I can summon. Like, I can do so much more because he did this. I actually appreciate him for doing this. And my monster can be destroyed by card effects now. And I have a negate. So, like, in every single way, this guy aided my... He helped me. This is the best thing he could have done for me, because otherwise I would have had trouble. Now this card is always trouble. Lady Labyrinth is always trouble for us because it's 3,000 again. Can't be destroyed by card effects, and it's 3,000. Right? Can it be targeted? Yeah, can't be targeted. Can't be destroyed. It's a Chaos Max, but better because it's a trap card. Yeah, we'll add this to hand, because that we can actually summon back. No point to use that. So I guess our hope is that we get a trap card off the top of our deck so we can do something about this lady. Otherwise, we're not getting over this. This is a problem. Dogmatic, a punishment. Hopefully he targets this again. Nope, he's targeting that. So, man. So if I activate this... Do I have anything underneath this, by the way? I really don't have a choice. I have to activate this. He can activate the Dimension Fissure. Or Dimensional Barrier. If he activates Dimensional Barrier, it negates this. And it actually negates this, so he can actually destroy both of our cards. If he really wanted to, he could destroy both. But I don't know if he realizes that he can do that. Okay, this is good that he activated this, because now I can negate this. Because my effects are going to be negated anyway. The problem is, so here's the issue. I can't negate and destroy this, because I can't negate and destroy this. But I will try to negate it. I can negate it, but I won't be able to destroy it. But I can put that in graveyard. But I can actually summon back Galaxy Summoner. I can summon this dude back using Galaxy Summoner. I think I can use it, yeah. It summons in defense, but the problem is this card, I don't have any photons, because for some reason I drew Photon Thrasher. I just had to draw Photon Thrasher. Of all the cards that I could possibly draw, I drew Photon Thrasher. And Photon Thrasher means because I drew Photon Thrasher, I can't refill this here. I can't refill this monster with cards. So this will get negated. Nothing will be set. These two are negated. This is negated. This gets destroyed. Now he's going to send off a Dogmatic. If he sends Natis, he can actually pop this because it's negated now. He's going to send Psyframe Gamma. I don't even... It's such a random one. He can activate this to destroy my monster. Again, this card is no longer... It's negated anyway, so there's not much I can do. I can't go into any Xseed that matters. I can't go into any Xseed, yeah. Because all the Xseeds are unusable. Zorora is gone. My two tuners are gone. It's all my fault. But it wouldn't have mattered because he's got a ton of trap cards. He actually set more good trap cards too last turn. And there goes Photon Lord. Okay, well, there's good and bad things. Well, I can't summon Xseed monsters anyway, right? The Fissure stops me from summoning, so Dimensional Barrier stops me from summoning. This card is, you know, very fair. So I have that to deal with. I can go into Lynx. Borreload is not going to do shit against Labyrinth. What the fuck is a Borreload going to do? I guess we summon this out. I guess we just hope for our opponent's stupidity, maybe. I don't... Let me read this one more time. So neither player can summon those monsters. So even if I use Galaxy Summoner, I can't bring back Photon Lord from the graveyard. He's absolutely preventing me. This is the only play I have. Is to use this, make him gain 500, and hopefully something good comes out of this. Like our opponent gives us something I didn't even know what they could possibly give us. I think we lose no matter what. Okay, he gave us a go. Literally worthless against an all-dark deck. I mean, this is literally worthless. I literally, I can't make anything. I can't do anything. I can't. None of this stuff really helps. The Phoenix doesn't help. Nothing helps. All this time later, and we still somehow managed to get our asses handed to us by Labyrinth. Very unfortunate. He drew a really good hand. He misplayed multiple times, but obviously I misplayed once too. Wow, okay, so we won the coin flip. Not a terrible hand, assuming our opponent's not playing something too crazy. I guess we just go the Endymion route. It's more of a spell trap card heavy hand than anything else. Unfortunately, with this deck, if we don't draw a monster, I guess I can ash this too. Unfortunately, with this deck, if we don't draw a special summon, we're not going to draw anything that special summons itself after we summon. So, because again, we don't really pull those. We'll activate this. Why not? Why not? We still have multiple interruptions, which is cool. So we'll literally draw the card that we would have searched off of the Endymion anyway. Okay, fine. So it's not the worst hand. It's not the best hand. We'll see how things go. But it's not a terrible hand. We have Zorora for sure as a follow-up for the Endymion. And not bad back row here. Not terrible. We'll see what we get. But it's not horrific. It just depends on what they're playing. Voiceless Voice. Probably Voiceless Voice. It's either Voiceless Voice or, yeah, Voiceless Voice. This deck is annoying because there's so much targeting protection and destruction protection and like battle protection. So much damn protection on this archetype, and then they just summon a monster that's 4,000 attack on top of 75 cards that protect themselves. So they're going to summon low. I'm definitely going to Fiendish Chain this low if I can. Okay, let me see. I'm definitely going to Fiendish Chain this low. Leave it here and with very little attack, so we'll try to stop this if we can. We'll stop low, and then we have Fiendish Chain also, and then Torrential. So we still have some decent follow-up, actually. Like I said, Fiendish Chain is like, it's shocking how good Fiendish Chain is. Like, I would have never thought Fiendish Chain was going to be this good in 2024, but it legitimately is just kind of a crazy card. It's very good against Tenpai, and just generally, it's just like, we always seem to find a use for it. It even going second, it's really not that bad. He's going to activate Natis. Maximus, okay. We do have plays around this. Natis can pop something. Hopefully our monster or a fiend. If he pops a Fiendish Chain, that's cool too. That's the card I didn't want him to pop. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I didn't want him to, because I wanted, when he summons Maximus, I want to activate Torrential and wipe the board. But I guess now I can just this isn't cost, right? Let me read this before something goes wrong. During the main phase, you can activate this effect, not cost. Okay. And then you can't special summon from the extra deck. Okay, so what we do is we wait for him to activate it. So he'll summon this, activate this. Well, actually, he's already locked into the extra deck anyway because of the Nadir Servant. Yeah, I'll wait for him to activate it, and then I'll do it. Yep, he's going to activate that. Now we Fiendish Chain. And then our follow-up's still decent. So now he actually can't attack with either of these, which is also nice. So we'll get over that. We don't have any more spellcasters, do we? Alright, now he's got this. And he's going to tribute to summon one of these big-ass monsters. And he's got low on the field, so... Out of Voiceless Voice. This is probably... It's over. It's probably over. We probably lost. Our hand was just a little too subpar. It was just a little too subpar. We might have to cut some of the extra extenders in our package here. We might have to cut it for something more generic. So I was going to activate that, whatever. I have no more interruptions. Yeah, we might have to cut some of these extra extenders. Yeah, not the extenders, the search cards. So Photon Advancer generally is okay, but it's like we do run into a little bit of bad luck. But like Summoner, for example, I might have to cut the Summoner, the follow-up play, and just replace him with maybe... Replace Photon Summoner or Galaxy Summoner with a copy of another Photon Thrasher. I'm probably going to have to do that. Because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. And this is probably an unwinnable situation because he's got the Skull Guardian. This is a negate, so even if I activate like Zorora to bring back, he can just negate, and unfortunately, that's just what happens. Add the Ritual spell back. He's going to set a card. It's probably the trap card. Did he add it? He didn't add it, but no, he added the girl. Shathana. Alright, so Shathana is interesting. Shathana is definitely an interesting card. I guess we activate it, why not? We might as well start putting things on the board. He does have a live negate though, right? Yeah, he does. It's this. He has a live negate. I'm trying to see what I can do here. Okay, so I can go Grenosaurus, but this is protected, right? I can't even target one voiceless voice. Target one of your banished, one of your voiceless voice. No, it's not protected. The barrier thing protects. So right now he has no protection. He does have this trap card face down, which is probably the voiceless voice trap card that pops everything. So he's got that. I'm trying to say what can we actually summon here. So we can go into Draco Berserker, but he's too weak, and I can't attack this dude. I mean, I can wait. I can attack whatever I want right now, right? Actually, I can attack whatever I want right now. Yeah, because low is negated. This has nothing to do with anything. We can actually do that and then attack 2 monsters. Let me see if this effect activates. I don't know if this is... If this attacking monster destroys an effect monster sent to the graveyard, this card gains attack. Oh, but it would get destroyed anyway. Okay, so I think that's what we do. So we normal summon Aurora. I think we just go into the Berserker. I'm not even going to activate this. I'm going to go straight into Berserker and attack, and then gain a little attack, but this will be destroyed, which is nice. So then we just go, yeah, into Berserker. I think Berserker is the right play here, because the other stuff is its own world of stuff. So yeah, I think that's what we go into. We could also go into Wonky Quartet right now, but it has literally screwed us over every single time I've summoned it. So I might as well make plays that make more sense than Wonky Quartet. Literally every single time. Other than the first time I've used it, it's been like one time it added 3 monsters to off of our deck, just blew up our board instantly. Other times I sent it to my board, my opponent's board, and it still didn't work out. What the hell can I summon from my extra deck? Oh, alright, yeah, I forgot this is a 10E monster. Alright, so we're going to go to battle phase. We'll attack over this because we can right now. And then this will gain some attack. This will lose attack because low will no longer be on the field. Right? Never mind. Low is, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's in the graveyard. Well, that sucks. At least he doesn't have the negate anymore. Main phase 2. I guess end phase. I mean, there's not much we can really do here. That was really the only play I had. For some reason, hopefully he just activates something on this card, but I don't think he has anything to activate. Or a monster effect, that way I can do something. And this, oh, this is now weaker. Cool. And now he has the negate back online. I mean, if I activate this, it doesn't really... I mean, it might as... If I act... It's just... this game's not winnable. I don't have any follow-up. He has a negate. There's nothing else I can really do here. There's really not a play that I could have made there. Maybe Wonky Quartet. That's about it. Alright, this coin flip we lost. We drew Galaxy Summoner. They have some miraculously opened... They've miraculously managed to open 2 of these cards, and they're limited to 1, and they like somehow managed to thread that together. Now they're gonna go Squamata, draw 2. This effect probably would activate. I don't know if it's cost. It probably is cost. Detach. It is cost. Never mind. But the sending to graveyard afterwards is not cost. Tier limit. Tier limit. I swear to you, tier limit players have to be the luckiest players that have ever lived on this planet. They just absolutely have to be. I somehow they get like what are the chances they manage to open those 2 together, and then they just scoop. They just scoop it, like one little thing doesn't go their way and they just scoop. 3 bunch of legacy tickets. Okay, this is what our opponent's playing. They were playing a pretty standard tier limit deck. I don't know what their hand was. It never really tells me. So they're playing, yeah, it's pretty about as, this is like the definition of a standard tier limit deck right here. And they've got Fairy Tale Snow, except for the Fairy Tale Snow plus Secret Village is probably like their tech option. I guess technically this is a spellcaster too, so it's different from a regular. It's a little bit different from a regular version of this deck. Oh, also they're playing the Shaddoll, some of the Shadolls. Okay, let's see. Do we get rewarded for a win. I mean, it's a win. I don't know about a crazy win, but it was a win, right? Here we go. Here we go. We've got an upgrade. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. Hopefully there's something good in here. This seems to be a hollow. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, okay, let's see. And we've got not a bad card. Okay, I didn't mean to do any of that, but that's fine. Slash, another Subterra card. We do have Guru and some other stuff. Cyber Harpy Lady, okay. Another Drytron. Maybe one day we're playing Drytrons. We'll see. It is a fairly low rarity deck. And then a Mermill with 3 level 3 monsters. You gotta be kidding me. 3 level 3 monsters. Another Gravekeeper's Chief. And our super was this guy, the True King, the Vanisher. We have this guy right here. So he's actually a pretty decent card in a fire deck. I don't know if we have any fires that really benefit from being destroyed that I know of. I don't think that we do. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe this becomes a boss monster in one of our fire decks. This is a cool card though for sure, because it does have a non-targeting banish if you destroy 2 fires, or it's decent in True Dracos too. Any deck that pops its own cards. It's definitely a good card. It's definitely a solid card to throw in the collection. Let's open another one. This one's got a UR. Nice. Nice. Exciting to see a UR. Hopefully it's a UR we really could use, because we have a lot of URs that we can't do anything with. Okay, Stall Turn is a really bad card from what I remember. Spell Trap is activated that negates the summon. Yeah, banish 3 cards from the top of your deck face down, negate the activation, shuffle that card into the deck. The costs for this deck are actually perfect for a Masochist challenge, but this is so damn specific. It has to negate a summon specifically. Subterra Succession. We've got this card's pretty good in this deck. It's probably one of the best cards in its own archetype, but for us it just doesn't do anything. Probably have 5 or 6 copies of that at this point. Another super rare. Almost got a royal rare. Megaroid City is the best Roid card. One of the best Roid cards that's ever been printed. It's this and the Mixroid are the best 2 cards. Yeah, Mixroid, wherever that is. This guy right here. Mixroid and Megaroid City. But outside of that, there's a lot of hollows in this pack. Another hollow. White Aura Bahama. Another card we probably can't summon because this requires a tuner monster and a non-tuner monster. A tuner synchro monster and a non-tuner monster. So this is quite difficult to summon, unfortunately. It is summonable under certain circumstances. Yeah, I mean, I probably can go out of my way to summon this, but at the end of the day, this just summons a token that's 3,000 attack. And then if you control no tokens, you can special summon a token, and these are the stats on that token. If this card is on the field, while you control a token, you can special summon this. So if they out this, you control a token. It's a half decent card. I used to use it a long time. It's a lot of hollows, but it's not usable for us in any way. These 3 birds, and let's see what this is. We've got Ghost Trick Mary. You ever wake up from a dream and want to go back to sleep? This is how I feel right now. Like literally all of these hollows and nothing good. Sometimes it's like we pulled 4 hollows and they just can't, they're not usable for us. Alright, let's see what this hand looks like. Hopefully, please, something decent. That's not bad. This is our 3rd time drawing Galaxy Summoner. It's always the one of bricks you draw 3 million times. It's like, what are the chances? So they don't have Max C. Wonderful. Already good to see. We'll go with that. Perfect. Look at this. We've got Galaxy Photon. I love making Galaxy Photon Dragon with Galaxy monsters already. That's actually a really cool aspect of it. So we'll activate, obviously detach this. And what's cool is when we detach this, it'll negate and destroy. Eventually, yes. So we'll do that. Not a bad. This is actually really good. Needle Sealing is great. And Derma and this. And it's just a really solid hand. Really solid. You've all seen this a million times. We'll rank this up. Summon him out. Just depends on what they're playing. I guess they can max C this. I don't know what else they could really do, but they can definitely max C it. This will give us some monster protection, destruction, all that. If they start comboing off, we have Needle Sealing to put an end to it. And like I said, Fiendish Chain has been kind of overperforming. It's like shocking how decent Fiendish Chain is, honestly. Because it really, you wouldn't think that Fiendish Chain in 2024 would be as good as it is, but I swear to you, it's extremely good against Tenpai. It's like almost like it's like a card that's built to counter Tenpai. Even when they have the Field Spell, you can still negate with Fiendish Chain, because I think it just stops continuous. It stops activated effects. So they're playing Runic. Oof, this is not a deck that we like to play against very much. I can tell you that for sure. This is definitely, if we're going to lose to anything, it's Runic. Runic is like, we have a very, very poor matchup with Runic. Very poor matchup. Because they just do way too much. Penguin Squire, I'm actually glad he banished that. I didn't want to draw that for turn. That would be a terrible draw for turn. Mole Cricket, okay. That's actually, that's a little bit of a relief because it's not pure Runic. He's going to Naturia activate. I think I want to negate this. Summon a Naturia monster from your deck. If your opponent controls a monster too, I think we go ahead and activate the Galaxy. I think, yeah, we definitely do that. This is a really good starter for them. I definitely want to do that. If I detach, it doesn't matter who I detach, but I'll detach this. I'll detach the Galaxy Summoner. We'll see if they have a response to it, but my monster obviously can't be destroyed by card effect. I'm actually kind of relieved that it was Naturia plus Runic, because that means that Needle Sealing actually can potentially do something. It's going to Runic, negate our effects. Well, not much I could do about that other than activate this to search. I mean, it's cool because we still have Fiendish Chain and Durham and stuff like that. We still get to search a follow-up. Like, we still get a lot of things that work out. And he's going to Forbidden Droplets. I can technically I can technically stop this Forbidden Droplets. No, I can't. Never mind, because he discarded a trap. What are the chances? He discarded a trap. I was going to say I can Durham to book everything, but only he just randomly discarded a trap card. Okay, so Mole Cricket's going to resolve. We still have plays, though. We still have Destruction Durham to book everything. So he wasted his normal summon. If we just book everything and then attack, we should be fine. He's going to summon Camellia and Camellia. He's going to send a Naturia. Okay, I think it would be half decent here. He's going to send a Naturia. I can Fiendish Chain this and then Destruction Durham and book everything. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad because I can stop one and then yeah, I can stop one and then Destruction Durham, and then it stops him from doing more with these two. What Naturia card is he going to send? I wonder. Yeah, I think I want to stop this. So I'll definitely Fiendish Chain to stop this. Yeah, I'll Fiendish Chain. He might have, obviously, some Runic card that can respond here. So I will negate this effect. And I'm not going to summon anything else. I don't think I need to. If he summons an SP Little Knight or something, I guess I can book these two and then just go to battle phase next turn and just attack over one of them. It's probably my best bet. But I can probably just save it. Because if he goes into a Link monster, I can just book that, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll activate this now because it'll prevent him from going into a rank 4. So I'll just book the field now. It'll prevent anything stupid. Yeah, we'll just book everything and then we'll see if he's got any other plays. He's going to end phase and he's going to skip the battle phase. Okay. Perfect. We get a monster. We needed a monster. We have a spellcaster in the graveyard. Wonderful. Okay, so we might be able to do some cool stuff right here. We'll see. We'll see what our opponent has. Actually, I should flip summon this just in case he has a hand trap. That way I can do stuff. Yeah. Okay, so Mole Cricket. Yeah, Mole Cricket's something that we might have to deal with. So I think it's worth dealing with, though. I think we might end up dealing with the Mole Cricket eventually, because it is a bit of an annoying card, but I might actually have to end up dealing with it. I have to realize, like, is dealing with Mole Cricket worth it? So I guess we'll go into this. And, yes, we'll activate the effect immediately. You have to see if dealing with the Mole Cricket is worth it against Runic. So we have a play that we can definitely make here. So what I'm thinking... No, I don't want to activate this. What I'm thinking here is Mole Cricket summons if we summon from the extra deck. What we do have is we can go into Dragite. Now we have to Dragite is really good against Runic, and it's really good in general in this matchup, because then we'll have a monster negate and a spawn trap card negate, and we have to really think about whether it's worth it. We can do that, or we can summon Berserker, so if he does activate the Mole Cricket, we can just banish it, and then we don't have to worry about the Mole Cricket. We could do, so we can either go Berserker, or we can go with, or Dragite. Dragite's good, so is honestly, I think Berserker might be better in this situation, but we'll activate this first anyway. I think they're both kind of decent in this situation, because one gets rid of spell trap cards. The other, they're both really good, man. It's tough to decide, because against Runic, do we have a Water and Graveyard? Well, that settles that debate. That settles that debate. We don't have a Water and Graveyard anyway. So before I make a grave mistake, I'm just gonna summon this out. And then if he activates the Mole Cricket, I can actually just banish the Mole Cricket using the Tenyi. Okay, he's not going to activate. It's smart. Smart. So now we just go to battle phase. He has two monsters that are both effect monsters. Ideally, I can attack both of them. He does have something that he can activate still. I don't know what it is, but he's got something that's activatable. I'll rise to full height. So I can only attack this monster for the rest of the turn. Okay. There's not much I can do about that. I guess I attack that monster. And then can I attack again or no? No, I literally cannot attack ever again. Well, that sucks. I guess we just main phase, end phase. Yeah, we just go to end phase. We have just Needle Sealing left. We just have Needle Sealing. We have a negate and a banish. So I guess we have two effects that are half decent. We have a negate and a banish of a monster. And we have Needle Sealing if absolutely everything goes wrong. We have Needle Sealing. Okay, he's going to activate that. I mean, he's going to flip that. And he's going to scoop. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we've been playing a decent amount of meta lately. I think this is the first duel where I've played more than my opponent in a long time. Usually, my opponent plays more than me by a significant margin. Alright, let's see what we've got here. It's a pretty standard deck, honestly. It's a pretty standard Runic Naturia deck. But it's another, like, we've been playing straight up meta decks. Like, these are not, like, shitty decks. We've been playing, like, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 decks. Like, really, actually, pretty decent decks. Alright, let's open some packs to celebrate our amazing win. Hopefully, they're not like the last packs where I get baited with crap. Unacceptable results. Exactly, like the last pack. Unacceptable results. If you're going to control spellcaster, special summon a Fortune Fairy from your hand. That's really bad. Like, from a design standpoint, this is a fairly new archetype for a card to be this bad. Like, you have to have a Fortune Fairy in hand. You have to control the spellcaster. You have to activate it. Then you have to special summon one more. It's so bad from a design standpoint for a modern card. Mech Lord, Assembly, Rite of Spirits, not bad. We do keep pulling Gravekeepers, but not the ones we want. XYZ Reborn, Mecha Phantom Beast, Gishki. I don't think I can. If you have 3 Memento monsters in your graveyard, special summon this. I mean, it is a lot of attack, but that is not really usable for us. Samsara, I don't think I can use Starfrost, blah blah blah. Heart, I don't think I can use any of that. This is absolute bulk. Absolute bulk. I don't think I can use any of that. But hopefully this next pack has maybe something else, right? Again, I hope this isn't one of those situations where we open and the UR is just like something we can never use. This is a decent card. Is it a free summon? I think it is somehow. This card's in your hand or send one generator from your hand to grave or special summon this. This card's not bad. Anguish Fangs, can't use that. Infernoble Queen Knight Oliver. Ogdoadic, Kazi Jin, Fusion of Fire. I don't have the fusion monsters, but does it have to be a Salamangreat monster you're fusion summoning yet? So there's only one Salamangreat fusion if I remember. Or is there? No, there is literally one Violent Chimera. Yeah, so only one of those, and I can't reuse. Let's see what this is. We've got Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon is a good card. It's a good card, level 10. Except it requires a tuner synchro monster and a non-tuner clear wing monster. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can possibly summon this. What's actually a little bit frustrating too is that not only can I not summon this, but I actually just pulled another level 10 that requires a tuner synchro monster. So again, I don't think I can summon either of them. But this card's not bad. And the other problem with some of these bigger ones, these bigger monsters, is like they print these and they make them kind of difficult to summon. Like, this requires a lot of resources to put onto the field, and it's really not. It negates a spell and trap card, and then it makes itself unaffected. So, like, those effects are fine and all, but, like, considering how much we would have to sink into this, we probably have to sink 4 cards into actually legitimately summoning this card. And I don't think it's worth paying. The payoff is not worth it for us. Whereas a deck like, other decks can just use Crimson Dragon and just, like, copy at level 10 and then summon this for free, absolutely for free. So it really isn't worth it. Unfortunately, the 2 level 10s we pulled aren't generic and they require synchro tuners. Okay, let's open up some legacy tickets and see what we get. Hopefully, we get some good stuff out of here. It looks like there's nothing, like not even one glow. Usually, the game glows and it lies to us, but this time there's no glows. Emergency assistance. During your main phase, special summon 1 level 4 monster from your graveyard that was destroyed by card effect. That's too specific. And then Neospatian Marine Dolphin, you need to have a copy of next. It's too much. There's too much you need for that. And we've got Garnet and Borderline. Neither of those I don't think we can use, but whatever. Confusion. There's these random cards. I don't think we can use that. And Queen Bird. That's an old ass card. Queen Bird. Level 5 shitty stats. Terrible. We've got Call of the Grave. What is this? Oh, it's Dark Monster Ritual. Generic Dark Monster Ritual card. Can't use that. Don't really play rituals. The Fat Dog. Hammer Shot's not terrible. Attack position monster with the highest attack. Most of the time it's not us, so most of the time it works out. Hammer Shot's a decent card. Terra Firma. Power Invader. Normal summon this card if your opponent controls 2. Guess it's a generic level 5 that's free to summon. We've got Trap Master, Orchestrated Core. Trap Master's ass as hell. He was ass the first starter deck he was ass, so you know he's got to be ass today. Mecha Bunny, One-Eyed Dude. Let's see what else we got. World Legacy, World Chalice, XYZ Revenge. This requires our opponent to have an XYZ monster. Those cards are the worst. The ones where it's just like requires your opponent to do some extremely specific thing. Neither of these are usable, I don't think. Here's 10 more. Let's see what we get out of these. We obviously put a lot of effort into dueling. I got packs even when I lost because I stayed out every one of the games. Tribute 1 Dark Monster, destroy all monsters, special summon this turn. This card's not bad with Lair of Darkness, but we don't have Lair of Darkness. Mecha Mole Zombie. This is just so Mecha Machine, Mole Beast, Zombie. It could have been any one of those things. It could have been one of 3 different typings, and it ends up being a zombie. Which I guess makes sense, right? And then we've got Insect Armor, and why was that glowing? Why was that pack glowing? There's no explanation for that. That pack shouldn't have been glowing. Let's see where this is. Labyrinth of Nightmare. Cool name. Baphomet. I'm not going to be using that anytime soon. Let's see what this is. Samurai. Another a Morphage card, which you got to tribute a monster or destroy this card every standby phase. Neither player takes any effect damage. That's not that great. If this card's pendulum, neither player can special summon from the extra deck. While this card, they all have that effect. If this card's pendulum summoned or flip face up, the more of these we get, the more of a chance we have of maybe using them. Because they would need to be pendulum summoned. As long as they're pendulum summoned, again, the more of these we have, the better this becomes. Because then maybe we play. I know we have like Lechery and we have Gluttony and we might have Greed. I don't know which other ones we have. We'll look at it. But the more of these that we pull, the better it becomes. Because neither player can special summon from the extra deck effect is actually quite decent. I don't think we have Goliath. But it's possible. Maybe we do. Because I've been avoiding pendulums for a long time. And that's because I legitimately don't really know all that much how to play pendulums. This is for the deck, the puppet deck, right? Yeah, these guys. The Pawn, Rook. Yeah. Tiny archetype. So Elf's Light is a terrible card. It's worth a lot of money in the secondary market, but it's a bad card. Attack Gainer, whatever. That's not terrible. Let's see what else. We've got Kaiser Seahorse, Insector Orb. Definitely don't have enough Insectors. I don't even know if we've pulled any Insectors ever. Missing Force. Wow. If you control no monsters, tribute this card. Target one monster your opponent controls. Take control of that until the end phase. If you control no other monsters. Can't special summon or conduct your battle phase during the turn to activate this effect. So you just take this monster and then what? Tribute it? Like, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? This card is... I mean, this is the problem. They over-nerf things sometimes. Like, let's say this card just said, if you control no other monsters, tribute this card, target one monster opponent controls, take that control of that target until the end phase. If that was on the card alone, it still wouldn't be that good of a card. It would just be okay. It would just be okay. Like, what do you're like, people already don't play things like Change of Heart and Snatch Steal and stuff like that. You only play that really in, like, going second decks. So, even in those decks, even those cards that are objectively better than this card, they don't waste your normal summon. They don't require you to control no other monsters. And they just take your opponent's monster without any cost whatsoever. And those cards aren't even, like, played that much. Like, maybe in a side deck somewhere, but that's about it. But this card, to be this over-nerfed, locks you out of summoning, locks you out of, you can't special summon, you can't conduct your battle phase, then what's the point of taking that monster? Like, what is, this card's not even good in, like, a sealed format. It's just, man, what an over-nerfed card. Mammoth Graveyard. It's sad. It's not even a quick effect. At least make it a quick effect if you're going to put all those restrictions on it. Painful Return, Shiranui. Shiranui cards are cool, but you need way too many of them to actually play that. Twin-Headed Behemoth, and I think we already have this 3 level 4 monsters for a subpar effect. And we got one pack. Hopefully this pack actually has something good, because those packs did not have anything good. So it seems like it has a glow. The glow in the legacy tickets usually doesn't mean anything. Samurai Sword. Yeah, I can use this. Let's see. Please, something good. Castle Gate. This card is just terrible, man. I don't know how they choose the hollows for this. It looks kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just terrible. Okay, real quick, I want to check some stuff. I want to check the Morphage cards. I want to check how many of these we have. Related cards, yeah, like I said, we have a decent amount of them. All we have 2 of this, 2 of this, 1 of this, 1 of this. I mean, we have a decent amount. These cards are interesting because you summon them, and your opponent can't summon. Well, neither of you can summon from the extra deck. Yeah, this effect. Neither player can special summon from the extra deck, but this has to be flipped face up or pendulum summon. So you basically have to pendulum summon these monsters. And then neither of you can summon from the extra deck, which actually isn't terrible. The only one that doesn't have the neither has to be pendulum summoned is the Goliath and the Sloth. They could just be summoned, period. And they don't need to have that extra restriction. But that's because he's level 6 and he's level 5. So we can potentially use these. They do have cost, of course. All of them have cost. And stuff like that. And that's kind of their issue. They have cost. Their pendulum effects have cost. So yeah, it's possible we make that. We actually haven't been pulling great pendulums lately at all. We used to pull so many pendulums and it just like stopped one day. We just like, no more pendulums. And then as far as the Clearwing Crystal Dragon and that twin-headed thing, I didn't realize we had a playset of Megaroid City. I didn't realize we had a playset of this. This super rare. I can't believe we have a playset of it. Yeah, the problem with Roids is they suck. So we could potentially play Roids. I didn't even realize we had all these fusions too. We have Super Viacroid, Jumbo Drill. We have Frescuroid. And some other stuff. Are these machine tuners? Are they synchro tuners? No, they're not synchro tuners. So yeah, we have some roids, but not anything too much. Obviously, speed roids are decent, but like roids, like regular roids, suck. I'm like, I can't believe we pulled a playset of Megaroid City. That's like, of all the cards you could like all of the amazing super rares that exist in this game. Pull 3 copies of a field spell for one of the worst archetypes in the history of the game. It's just unbelievable. Okay, so this guy, it requires a tuner synchro monster. So how do we summon this? Let's check it out. Synchro. Where's tuner? Where's tuner? There it is, tuner. So synchro tuner. We do have some synchro tuners. We have this fish that looks like a ball sack. This is a level 4. We're trying to make a level 10. We have this guy, which we actually can summon. He's a tuner synchro monster. So I guess if we play... I mean, again, you have to take a step back and ask yourself, is it worth sinking the resources into? So we do have Coral Dragon. We do have the Double Star Celestial thing. We do have the Vanadium. So we have a few here. We have a few realistic options anyway. I'd say the realistic options that we have, this we probably can't summon. I don't think we can summon the Fish Lamp. Actually, we can summon the Fish Lamp. If righty driver, lefty driver can summon Fish Lamp. The Desk Box can summon Fish Lamp. But again, you have to... This is, if you control a fish synchro, banish this card. I think this locks you into fish, so I'd have to have a fish to... Wait, was that... Hold on a second. This summons 2 tokens that are level 2, so we make a level 8 fish, potentially. This is the other complication with synchros, all this damn math. It's like reading already is involved, now math's involved. This card is actually good. This card is actually good. The Golden Cloud Beast. We could probably actually play the Dogmatica stuff now that we have this guy. But the Golden Cloud Beast is actually a decent card. So we can go into this. We can go into this fish thing. We can also go into this realistically. And probably Coral Dragon is one of the more realistic ones that we have. Because this is actually really good. So what we can do is... Let's take this off. Just put Tuner on. We do have some decent tuners. So we have, for example, Assault Synchron, and we have Visa Starfrost, both of those. Actually, probably Assault Synchron would probably be best. We could just special summon this. Any level 4 we have, like Endymion, and then make a level 6 the Coral Dragon, and then use another level 4 to summon potentially the level 10. But the problem is the level 10 that we pulled isn't like crazy good. Yeah, the level 10 that we pulled isn't like the payoff's not insane. You just kind of get these guys on the field, and they're like interchangeably protected. They like interchangeably protect themselves. So you summon this giant token. If they get rid of the token, you can summon the token back. And then if they get rid of this guy, you can summon this guy back. So you basically just have a 33 monster. That's kind of like not like really tough to out, but like a little bit annoying to out. But it's 3,300 attack. This card's not like terrible, but I don't know if it's really worth the payoff. I mean, we're sinking a reasonable amount of resources. This card is actually probably not worth it because you need a clear wing monster to actually summon this, and I don't think that we have a clear wing. Oh, we do, I guess. Supreme King, clear wing dragon. So we need a level 2. We literally can't. I mean, we can, but we need a level 2 tuner, level 2 synchro tuner, and this guy in order to summon this. And I don't think that's really possible because this is already complicated enough to summon. You need a pendulum. Dark Pendulum monster plus a tuner. Like, this is already complicated enough, and then this is complicated. So again, the problem with synchros is the way they're designed. They're just so damn complicated. They really are. We still have Naturi Beast, one of the greatest cards maybe ever printed, and we still haven't even used it because we haven't pulled the right supporting cast for it. La, 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 la.